the other big use, besides going over numbers and repeating statements that for loops can do, is that they can iterate over arrays, strings, data structures, all sorts of things. So a for loop looks kind of like this if we're using it for a string. So what we'll do is that we'll let's go ahead and create a string here. String s is equal to much ado about nothing. Good play if you haven't seen it. So much ado about nothing. And a string is split up into multiple characters, each at a specific index. So for instance, all these characters are at different indices. Specifically, this is the capital M is index 0. This is index 1, 2, index 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, until we get to 10 rather. And then it's 9, then that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20, 21. So this has 22 characters in it, much ado about nothing. So and each of those are at a different position in the string. So for instance, if I were to do this, s.length, which is the size of the string, I will be equal to 22. And if we were to print out I, the variable we're iterating over, which in this case will conveniently stand for index, then we'll get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the possible indices up here, right? It's 22 characters long. We're going up to, but not including, this imaginary index 22. More about that dastardly index later. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than the string.length. So we can go through all the indices. But how does that really help us? Well, we can go through each individual character as a result. So s.charat, a method we're going to learn more about later, but specifically, it just gives you the character at a specific index. So caret I, right? Let's go ahead and combine these. I is equal to I plus, and then we'll put in a space over here to combine them, and a tab to separate them. Right? You can glue together things so long as they're like this, so long as they're all strings, as we'll learn about later. It's called string concatenation. Right? So index 0 has M, the capital M. Index 1, U. Indices start at 0 for this reason of just this convention of starting these if statements at 0. Right? And this comes from a way we manage memory. And calculate where things are in arrays. And doing it at 0 is a lot more convenient. Also, we have this inclusive, exclusive kind of arrangement going on here, right? It includes 0, but goes up to and doesn't include the s.length, which is the size of the string, which is 22, right? So it goes up to, but doesn't include 22, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, right? So it's got all these characters. Cool thing about this is that we can go over this however we want. So for instance, if I wanted to go over every other character, I could totally do this. Right? I can put anything in this update statement that occurs at the end. I can do plus equals 2, right? Which will mean, which is shorthand for this. I is equal to I plus 2. Which we were doing plus 1 earlier. So this will give us every other letter. Right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? You can check for yourself. That's the wonderful thing about pausing videos like this. Okay. The other thing we can do over here is that we could go in reverse. Do I minus minus. But if we're going to do that, we have to start from this number over here. I is equal to s.length minus 1. So we're going to start from the last character, right? I is going to start at the last index, and it's going to go down. And this condition is while I is greater than or equal to 0. And now it goes in reverse.